Back with Teardown career mode. Let's go to the computer to check for the messages. Going to be traveling to a new home base location for this video. A short plane ride cutscene later, we are at the island. Picking up the luggage and taking it to the vacation house and unpacking it. In there we have the limited selection of tools for the next few missions. Now let's go inside and check the PC for the next mission. Also going to include this story related one. But anyways, time for the first mission. Here we are. Jump off the boat and check the map. For this mission I need to hack the targets, need to start and end the route at the yellow ones. But before starting to do anything further, I went around exploring the island and gathering tools as well as a few valuables. Going to quickly show the gathering of the tools and valuables like this. Now with everything gathered, I can start building the route to the targets. First, going to free this panel and throw it onto the ground so it's easier to get to. Like so. Now I will take this ladder and make use of it as a bridge over this small valley. Get this tree out of the way. And while I'm at it, going to clear the path of these plants as well. Now placing the ladder a bit better. Carefully grabbing this ladder from the watchtower to use it as a part of the route. Don't have too many planks to use, so have to use anything else I can to get up taller cliffs. Going to place it down here. Then adjust it a bit until it's good. There we go, and just give it a quick test. For this I just used a plank since it only needed one. Next part of the route, jumping down to the bridge here, and again going to use a plank here to get up this wall since it only needed one. Need a bit of speed to get up it. The satellite dish is our next target. Going to carefully drop it down first from the support here and then from the roof area to the ground. Adjust the position a little more and that is good to go now. Grab some more planks and then went to get a boat to put here so I can make a crossing to the other side. Again, grab the ladder from where the satellite dish was. Carefully drop it down. Luckily it landed on the boat. Drop down to the boat and place the ladder in a way that it rests so that the other end is on the upper part. Then going up and placing the ladder a bit better. Use 2 planks here to get up the rest of the way. Again, freeing the panel with the sledgehammer and going to throw it next to the pole where the wire is attached. Don't want to leave it dangling here, so going to grab it and place it here. Got rid of this tree here. And as is becoming a theme here, going to grab a ladder to get up a cliff. Place it nicely here. Adjust it a bit. Test running up it. And finally going to secure it here with a plank. Once again, freeing this panel by the use of the sledgehammer. and throwing it on the ground. Clear this tree out of the way. Move the panel to a bit of a better position. And then clearing a way through the vegetation here with an aggressive use of the sledgehammer. Making a hole in the wall here with the shotgun, so getting up here is a bit faster. And going to use the planks here to make a route up to the hole. Like so. Placing a boat next to this target so we can easily drop down to it, and another boat next to this target that we can use as a base for a ladder to get up to the target. Taking yet another ladder from one of the watchtowers, breaking it a bit, this time on accident, dropping it to the boat, and messing around with it until I get it into a good position. Fixing the damaged part with a plank and attaching it to the ground with another plank. Make a quick save at the start and begin the run. There we are. Timer stops when the last panel is hacked. Now just walk to the escape pod to complete the mission. All targets pretty easily done. Let's continue. Back at the vacation house, heading from the balcony to inside to check the next mission on the computer. And also reading this message. Anyways, let's start the next mission. So in this mission we have to bring the targets to the escape pod. It's a pretty simple mission since we don't have to worry about any alarms. And again, first thing I did was I went around the island gathering tools and valuables. So just going to quickly show that. Now, for the first target, I have to get into this house, blowtorch the door open, check the other room and pick up the gun, and then use that gun to get the other door open. Here's the first target. All the targets are these kinds of barrels that are kind of heavy, but still pretty easy to track by hand. That's what I did the entire way for this one. The doorways were quite fun to get through, but with the right tactic, it was pretty easy to get them through. Now we'll just drag the barrel the rest of the way to the boat, and that's the first one done. For the second one, I first blow up this grate here, then drag the barrel up next to the opening, reverse a boat there, dropping down the barrel onto the boat, and placing it upright in the middle, and then securing it with planks. Then just drive the boat next to the escape boat. Sledgehammer the planks off and drag the barrel into the circle area. There we are, second target done. Also remember to move the boat out of the way. The next barrel was up on the top shelf here. Use the gun to get rid of the cables and few of the supports before running out of ammo. Then I switched to the shotgun. to knock the shelves down rest of the way. Then just started dragging the barrel out of there. Going to be loading the barrel onto that cargo boat, so first have to move this elevator up, which makes a very lovely electrical noise and isn't slow at all. Grab some more planks there, then I can move the barrel ready onto the elevator platform. We'll also get this other barrel that was right next to the elevator, so we can transport two at once. First I have to release it from the supports, using the blowtorch to do that, then just throw it onto the ground there. After that I have to blow up the wall to get it further, since it's too heavy to lift over the wall. Remove a bit of the rubble, and then I can move the barrel next to the other one on the elevator. Then bring them down to the water level, where I can load them up to the boat. Reverse the boat right next to the platform and lower the cargo ramp. Then I can start loading up the barrels. Going to put them up so they stay in place easier. Load up the second barrel and put it right next to the first one with a bit of struggling. Once they were in place, I just secured them with a few planks. After that, it was a pretty simple journey to get them next to the escape boat. Carefully positioning the cargo boat next to the escape boat, got rid of the planks with the sledgehammer, and once that was done, I could easily drag the barrels into the circle. So that is now the third and fourth targets completed. Going to use this boat for the last target as well. Leave it here with the cargo ramp down. The final barrel was in this oven thing, so I drag it out of there and through the door. Unfortunately, doesn't fit through the front door, but good thing we have means to widen that front door. 2 shotgun blasts later, it should be wide enough to fit the barrel through. So it did get stuck on the door itself. First tried to get rid of the door with the sledgehammer, but turns out that it's a metal door, so I had to use the shotgun. Dropped the barrel down to the ground level and started dragging it towards the boat. Load it up onto the deck upright and secure it with 2 planks. After a quick reversing journey, we are next to the escape boat again. And once more, remove the planks with the sledgehammer and load up the last barrel. Then hop onto the escape boat to complete the mission. All 5 targets pretty easily done. Let's continue. Back on the vacation island. A longer walk this time to get inside the house. Heading to the computer to get the next mission. Time to start the next mission. So, in this mission there's a security helicopter that we have to avoid being spotted by. Thankfully the targets are pretty simple, just have to get close enough and blow them up with either a gun or explosive, like that. My technique here was to move around the map from cover to cover and collecting any tools I find along the way, checking the map to see when the helicopter is not looking at my direction, and then running to the next spot where I can hide. Swim to this cavern boat dock and grab some more shotgun ammo, wait for the helicopter to look in the other direction and ride the elevator up. As soon as I can, I run to the building, get through this door with the shotgun, collect some pipe bombs, and blow up this target with a bomb. Helicopter looking the other way, so start running towards the next target. Just a bit of open ground, after which I can get under some buildings and vegetation. Getting a bit closer and then blowing up the target with the shotgun. Quickly getting back into cover and waiting for the helicopter to pass by and start to run. Went to this cave where I can blow up the crate on the other end to pass through to the next area. Once again, wait for the helicopter to look the other way and start running. just about avoiding getting hit by it. Collect some shotgun ammo here. Checking the map quickly. And starting to run towards the next target. Which is thankfully in this cave. Going to blow it up with a pipe bomb. First one missed, but good thing we have more. Using the last one to blow up the shelf just for fun. Run out of the cave into this building, where I'm pretty safe from the helicopter. Just have to blow up the propane container here with the shotgun. Running to the building where the next target is. Some pipe bombs next to the door, but don't quite manage to get them before being shot at by the helicopter. Hiding for a bit and then opening up the door to the room where the target is with the shotgun. Pick up some pipe bombs. Also went outside to get the one stair and just about avoiding being shot by the helicopter again. Waiting for a bit and then chucking the pipe bomb next to the target and running out of there. Get under the building to hide from the helicopter. And then just running away from there. Spotted by the helicopter, but narrowly avoiding the shots from it. Jump down into the water while getting shot at, but managing to get into this cavern and under the building after that. In which the last target is. First I make a hole in the floor with the shotgun, then I try to throw a pipe bomb through that hole, but doesn't quite work. So I have to go inside the building. The door to the target is locked, so I need to figure out some way to open it. Try to use a pipe bomb, but that doesn't really do what I wanted. At least it opened up a hole in the door from which I can try to throw another pipe bomb inside the room, but it doesn't go in. Now I have to start searching the house for anything I can use. Nothing in that room, just some blanks there. And finally, some shotgun ammo in that room. Carefully line up a shot and blow up the last target. Now just have to get back the escape boat. Nothing to it other than running as fast as I can. Go for a swim here. And also find this valuable in a cave while hiding from the helicopter. Up this hill. Through the building where we destroyed the first target. Short run down the hill and we are in the escape boat. Mission completed with all targets done. Let's continue. Back at the vacation house's balcony, going inside and checking the computer for the next mission. Let's start it. This mission is a chill one, just have to sink the yacht. Don't even have any alarms. First things first, going to go around the island gathering tools and valuables again. Just using this boat to get to this other boat. With those few things collected, I spotted this turret on a trailer. So, going to get into the car and move it to a location where I can load the turret onto a boat. Then just get one of these cargo boats and reverse it up to the beach. Detaching the trailer and moving the turret trailer onto the boat's cargo area. Attaching the trailer with planks to make sure it doesn't move around. Moved the boat close to the yacht and aimed the turret towards it to have it ready. Next up, there are these 3 big nitroglycerin containers I can pretty easily move around. Do the same thing with these as the barrels in the second mission. Load them up into a boat with the help of this elevator. Also grabbed a minigun and blowtorch that were there. Second nitroglycerin was easy to get onto the elevator platform. For the third, I just needed to break the shelf a bit to get it down. With all 3 on the elevator, I can bring them down to water level, where I can start loading them up onto the boat. Throw them onto the deck and positioning the first one a bit better here. Second one on there. And positioning it next to the loading ramp. Third one thrown on. And positioning it next to the second one. Decided to put this one the same way as the others as well. And then just a plank here to hold them in place well enough. Time to move them to the yacht. Tight squeeze through this hole, could cut through it. Park the boat next to the yacht. Breaking the plank with the sledgehammer and starting to load up the nitroglycerin containers on the yacht. Want to get this one up a bit more, but it's not really wanting to stay. Going to shotgun a few parts here and then drag it into that part. The last nitroglycerin I will place towards the front. Carefully move the boat forwards. And park it in a good location. Just going to place this one close to the side of the yacht. Now it's time to blow this thing up. Get into the turret. Aim it at the nitroglycerin and fire. And there we are. The yacht has been sunk. Now just hop into the escape boat to complete the mission. That was a fun one. Let's continue. Back on the vacation house's balcony, going inside to check the computer. And it's time to head back to the warehouse. Here we are, bit of a change in weather. But collecting the reward. And then heading to the computer. Have a lot of cash to spend on tool upgrades. First, maxing out the amount of nitroglycerin. Then maxing out Blue Tide. Upgrading the shotgun. And lastly, upgrading the planks. With that done, it's time to end this video. See you in the next one.